my name is Karan Signh. I am part of Amazon Web Services. I work as a GenAI specialist, helping customers, implement GenAI-based solutions on AWS. I work across the entire GenAI stack that includes foundation models, the core underlying infrastructure, orchestration, things like that. And more recently, I've been involved with a lot of our foundation model providers as well as our agentic framework providers like CrewAI. It's been a great time working with Zhao and the team. Got a lot of support from them. We started this conversation back towards the end of last year where, I had been tracking CrewAI for about a year and a half. It was the easiest way for me to sort of get started. At the time, there was sort of new framework providers sort of emerging. And I looked at CrewAI as the first one and I started building my solutions with agents. That's how my context with CrewAI started. Towards the end of last year, I was curious to sort of know more and see what we can do in terms of helping our customers. So to that end, we started working on a joint blog that we just announced, and we've worked and partnered with them on making the Amazon sort of how does CrewAI fit into the Amazon AWS ecosystem of services with respect to the SageMaker integration, as well as the more recently announced Bedrock integration. Customers have been building with agents starting of last year when they realized that the value they can get out of deploying foundation models will be sort of fulfilled through this new agentic architecture and deploying agents sort of in their overall applications. So we've been working with customers, educating them on the AWS stack and why there are several choices to make and how do they go about making those choices. With respect to CrewAI, we've seen a lot of customer interest. There are a lot of customers who have doing POCs and who are now thinking about going from POC to production. And that's where some of our help and expertise from my organization especially comes in, where we work with these customers to say, okay, how do you really take your app from POC to production? What are the different considerations to make across the entire sort of technical stack around agents? So whether be it orchestration or whether be it with memory or observability and monitoring. So there's several considerations that they have to make. There's several pitfalls and challenges that they come across. And so there are solutions that are now emerging, especially with CrewAI, right? There are a lot of integrations that one can use with CrewAI. So that's the kind of landscape that we are helping customers navigate. I think CrewAI, with respect to CrewAI, so firstly, the challenge with customers is a lot of times they struggle with deploying an autonomous system versus their way of thinking about constrained software systems where they get to lay out the rules. So the very high level challenge with a lot of customers thinking about how much autonomy can I give to this now new software system? And that's sort of the higher level struggle. When it comes to the implementation, if a customer decides that for a specific use case, I'm going to set up a CrewAI agent and tie it to a reasoning model and give the agent agency or autonomy, then the question is, how do they start to see how the agent is thinking and reasoning, as well as what actions it's taking in terms of whether it's calling certain functions or tools. So I think the conversation where when they start to see this in production, they want to be able to monitor how their agents are doing. And they also want to make sure that the agent is performing with respect to the guardrails that they are setting. So when we get into the POC to production conversations, these are the types of considerations that customers are having to now think about. And with CrewAI, they have several of these considerations already baked into their solution, as well as a lot of third-party integrations that they work very nicely with. So customers are looking for interoperability. They're looking at the best solution for all of these considerations. So that's what we are specifically helping them navigate. I would say for customers who are thinking about agents, right? If you're a builder persona and you like to build cool stuff at your company, I would highly recommend getting started with sort of evaluating and tinkering with some of the CrewAI's framework. It's a very easy to understand framework. The best way to sort of understand what agents are, what they are capable of, is to get started and start building. What the agent is capable of doing and what it's not capable of doing will start to get more clear. Ultimately, we are trying to solve customer challenges as a whole. So once you know what the agents are capable of, then one can figure out, okay, what kind of problems can we drive from a technology standpoint? What kind of business challenges can we drive with agents?